What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Robert Lee TV here. How you doing? How you doing? I'm giving it a minute to let everybody know that I'm going live right now. How y'all doing tonight? I hope we that a lot of people join in, especially my brothers and sisters. Some of the information that I'm gonna give out, like I said, it's coming from my sources that I see is reliable. I'm gonna let you know some of these things. Where when I read them off to you, I'm telling where they're coming from, so you can check them out for yourself. You can also use this information if you actually want to check into some things yourself. But tonight, like I said, we streaming from here from StreamYard. We will be streaming to Facebook and my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, it's very simple. Punch my name in this another, and you can see most of my videos that are there. Me starting off. If you want to go back and review them and this that another, and become a subscriber to my page, you know what I'm saying. But tonight, as you can see in the title, we're gonna be talking to men. I received an inbox, my very first inbox for 2022, about a topic that someone wanted me to cover, come from one of my sisters, and she wanted me to cover it. I'm gonna read the inbox to you, but you can see the title: "Sex and Health Go Together, Men." From what she was asking me was that, and I'm gonna read it off to you. You know, there's some things that we as men we're gonna have to accept, and sometimes they are private issues. Sometimes, you may be in a relationship. Some of us are even in marriages, man, and these issues. And one of the things about sex and this, that, another, and dealing with men is erectile dysfunction. It's something that we're going to have to face. And every man, at different stages in your life, you're going to face this. And a lot of times, it like I said, ED can be cured, but it still is going to happen as you get older. But it can be cured where you can have an enjoyable sex life and this, that, another. But a lot of men, a lot of men don't want to talk about it. It's embarrassing. You don't want nobody to know because a lot of times we get in our ego. And another problem why it's like that, man, is because a lot of us men, our manhood is tied to the dick. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't getting up, you don't feel you don't you feel less as you feel lesser of a man if it ain't moving, if it ain't working, if it ain't doing anything. So a lot of times we get in our feelings and we don't. I'm gonna show you how a lot of times as men, like I said, your health is very important. But how is it that a lot of times when you ignore it, ED is an issue that men will suffer as they get older, but a lot of times erectile dysfunction is telling you something else is going on. It just ain't because it ain't you ain't getting it up no more. It's not getting as hard as it used to be. A lot of times there are other underlying issues that a lot of times you're not paying, you don't know that's going on. So that's just a mess up. But I'm gonna read the email that not the email, the inbox that I got from one of my sisters, and she said, like I said, my very first one of 22, because like I told people a lot of time, if you want me to cover something, I'm not an expert. You know what I'm saying? Now the only thing I feel like I can always say I'm 100 on is the law enforcement field. This, that, another, because of my background, how many years I had in it, the several departments that I worked for, the investigative services that I done. I can talk about those, but this is I'm just giving you my opinion, and then on my own research and how important it is for us as men to look out for our health as we get older. Because some of these things that I'm going to read to you and let you know tonight, it's going to blow some of you guys, man. I'm not an expert, but anything that I tell you, you can write it down and you can go to your own private physician or you can contact a urologist and he will tell you, yeah. And like I said, I made sure that I took the time out to look up certain things and jot them down and go back and forth and check. Like I said, reputable websites. A lot of things that we're going to be talking about tonight before I get to the inbox. A lot of the things I'm going to be referencing to you come from the American Medical Association. It comes from WebMD. It comes, like I said, these come from John Hopkins. These are, all these places. These are medical facilities, and I can only go by what they say. But a lot of us brothers, like I said before, when you hear something like this, you got to understand what it is. But it's a second part to the but we're going to talk later on, but I want to address the health side of it first before I go to the second part. So let me bring that inbox up, and I'm gonna read it to you. One of my sisters inboxed me with this question. I think some of y'all actually commented on it. I believe I hadn't really just went back to it because, like I said, I was doing some research trying to make sure I get everything right for the night. So let me get to that real quick. Give me a second here. Like I said, you learn how to do it. Sometimes you got to keep certain things rolling, but it is what it is. And I put it up today and stuff. So let me get to it. Give me a second here. Yeah, here it is. And I want to make sure I read everything. Now it was an inbox to me, and it was this. This is how I went. Robert, I have a topic that I would like for you to address in a video. In the past, you have talked about how hard it is for the community to seek mental health services due to stigmas. I agree. However, why is it so hard for many Black men to put aside their pride and ego when it comes down to talking to their lady about prostate disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and other issues that cause erectile dysfunction? I have noticed that a lot of Black men in these relationship groups seem to blame the woman for their sexual dysfunction, but rarely do they go to the doctor to figure out what is really wrong. And I had a few comments on, and so that is the inbox. And like I said, the first thing that I want to cover is the health side of it. That is extremely important because as men, as we get older, and like I told you, my group, 30, 40, 50 years old, because like I said, hey, some of us brothers, man, we you can flip it around, but I'm saying like this, some of us 40-year-old men, we got 30-year-old women. Some of us 50-year-old men, we got 40-year-old women. We this is our age group. This is how we deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to health, man, it is extremely important for us. Let's move for right now. We're gonna move sex over to the side. As you get older, man, you when you hit them 30s, you need to start paying attention to your health. Because one of the most important things for longevity in this life, to be a productive male, to have a very productive life and be successful in it, health is extremely important. Health is extremely important, man, because how you used to be able to recover in your 20s, you won't be able to recover that quick in your 30s. And a lot of times, man, what we did in our 20s affects us when we hit 30. It affects us when we hit 40, 50, and beyond. How a lot of times how we treat our bodies, how we don't take care of our bodies, how we abuse our bodies has an effect on our success in this life. Like y'all always see me say up here, that's extremely important, man. Your health, your mental health and your physical health is extremely important. One of the things that we're going to talk about, especially when we talk about ED, a lot of times, ED, this comes from John Hopkins. This comes from JAMA, which JAMA is the Journal of American Medical Association. It's a weekly magazine. It's a magazine you can even subscribe to it. With definitely. What's up, Mike? What's going on? There go my brother Mike. Hey, y'all. Y'all know I do it all the time. This is Mike Williams. He just popped up on my Facebook page. My brother is still with Channel 31 here, our local Comcast channel here, free Comcast channel. He has a show to come. Mike, put your time in for your show. This is the brother y'all heard me talk about a couple of years back when they was trying to cross my brother when he was running for mayor, and he had a heavy support here in the city and this, that, and another. He was running for mayor, and they kind of did a little cross move because they saw the man had a little power. He had a little influence in the community, so they had to cross the brother out to keep certain things going on. But Mike, put your show in here. Put your time for your show and this, that, and that. Here's another brother. If you have questions about law enforcement, this brother just retired. This brother just retired from the police department. He was also the president of the Memphis Police Association. In other words, the president union. So he has an extensive background like I do in law enforcement. So, hey, look, call in on the show or this or another if you have a question or anything like that. And especially tune into his show because he talk about a lot of political issues. He have some about local politicians on there. So a lot of times if you want to call in on the show, when he has one, call in and ask certain questions. What's going on, Cadillac? So that's Mike Williams just come in. He said you will definitely realize it when you are 61. We're going to talk about that. What Mike said, 61, you're going to realize it. You know what I'm saying? But especially at 35 and the mag and the journals and the websites that I said that what they tell you is a lot of times what erectile dysfunction, when it comes about, it's about what you have done over your life. Of course, as you get older, the loss of testosterone will start reducing that, but there's ways to bring that back. But what they're saying is, even in your younger years, when you're 20 years old, how you treat your body, I mean, how you eat, the water intake, the exercise, what you do mentally. John Hawkins was talking about how they have tied mental health with erectile dysfunction, because a lot of times erectile dysfunction has a lot to do with stress, a lot of things, cortisone. That's a thing that's called, if you go look that term, cortisone has to do with stress. A lot of times when your body releases, you under a stressful situation, your body releases a chemical called cortisone, and it reduces, it causes, because like I said, if your mind is not right, if you ain't got your head right, if your mind ain't right, it ain't finna move. You know what I'm saying? It ain't finna get up because you got too much on your mind. Your mind is not right. You're not in that peaceful place, because for the pleasure to come, you must be at peace. And if you all out of whack and this, that, another, that cortisone, that stress level that you're on, that causes ED. But what I was saying was, at first, before my boy Mike and Cadillac came on, you know, they said at the age of 20, you come on down. Yeah, my brother put it in. Mike just put it in. So y'all tune in on Comcast and this, that, another. Also, if you want to, you ain't got to put them on your friends list. Just follow the brother, because a lot of time he shoots his Facebook. He goes Facebook Live while he's on the air. You can enjoy the show that way. If you don't have cable, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, we got satellite or whatever. We doing the Roku thing, whatever case may be. But he still goes live on his Facebook page. So that's his show and this, that, another. But like I said, the abuse on the body, as when you're a young cat, some of the things that you do in your life does affect, as you get older, it affects your health. And it does affect your sexual health. Because when you talk to a doctor is talking about your health first. He talking about breathing. He's talking about brain. He's talking about blood flow. Then he brings up your sexual health. Because a lot of times what you do, in other words, one of the things, like I said, from John Hopkins, they said a lot of times, by the time erectile dysfunction really starts in every man, this is just not black men, the average 11% of men of age 35 has erectile dysfunction, has ED at age 35. Like I said, I'm gonna bring certain things up. At age 35, they have did a study. They have done the studies, and men that are going to urologists and checking this out, they only 35 years old. But a lot of times when they get to these doctors, and they realize that these doctors ask them, well, how do you eat? What's going on? Because when you go to the urologist, they're going to ask you, do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do drugs? What is your personal life like? And a lot of times, guys, like you said, a lot of times when guys go talk to these doctors, they're going to tell, yeah, man, when I was a young kid, man, I ain't smoking that weed and drinking. They're going to do tests. They're going to do things. And a lot of times, these guys, erectile dysfunction starts with men at age 35. 11% of men in the United States of America at age 35 have ED. At 35, and people came, what? Yeah, at 35 years of age, because at 35, what you done did when you was 20, smoking them blunts, Like today, we're going to use today. Smoking them blunts, popping them pills, drinking that liquor, running the street, doing all that in those stressful moments. What's up, Pete? What's up, Pat, baby? What's up, Warren? Hey, baby, how you doing? All that's going on in life. When you hit 35, it has an effect. In other words, what they're saying when they say it has an effect on the sex, and a man at 35, 11%, what they're saying is this. Yeah, you might be able to give a woman 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like I said, yeah, Mike, I'm going to give the thing here real quick. And I'm trying to keep it going because, like I said, I ain't like my boy Michael got this staff and all that. I got to do a lot of my stuff on my own. But I got it in my phone. I screenshotted a lot of stuff, so this information. But yeah, at age 35, yeah, it happens. 11% of men. This is across the board. We talking about black, white, Hispanic, whatever. 11% of men of age 35 have ED. Not, you know, it is what it ain't working. It's not as strong as it used to be. It's still getting high, but it's not strong as it used to be. And the reason why, when you look back on your life and this, that, another, all that drugging, all that drinking, all those pills. Now, another thing, and I got it right here, but I'm gonna read it about the 35-year-old man when he's dealing with it. But another thing that John Hopkins was talking about, they recommend if men are exercising now, watch out for all the supplements. They said do natural bodybuilding. In other words, do it naturally. In other words, man, if you getting up under the weight and you can only bench press 250 pounds, bench press 250 pounds. Get a proper diet in your life. Learn how to do it. But all of these different supplements, they said this supplement, and they went all the way up to steroids, because steroids has an effect on your libido and it causes ED. Yeah, I know a lot of guys, you want to be muscle bound, you want the pics, you want the big ass arm, but what John Hopkins is saying, do it naturally. Build yourself up. If you bench pressing 250 pounds, work out naturally, eat naturally, do all that, drink your water and stuff like that. But a lot, like they say, it's nothing wrong with it. But a lot of these protein shakes and you taking this pill and you're taking that pill and they said going all the way up. You know, I didn't give you the whole list, but going all the way up to steroids. Yeah, that's not that. They say if you're gonna build your body, build it naturally. Do calisthenics, run, jump. Like me and my brother Mike, we were in the military. That's what they talking about. Do your push-ups, do your pull-ups, but do your body weight. You know, they said be careful taking all this protein and all these pills, and it's supposed to break down this muscle and there are foods that can do that. And the body would naturally grow on its own. You know what I'm saying? It would naturally grow on its own. So that's another thing. They was talking to these guys that are 35 years of age. Hey, man, watch what you're doing, because I know you're trying to get the six packs. You're trying to get the big chest. You're trying to get the arms and this, that, and another. And you taking these supplements and you taking all these pills and you doing all these energy drinks and you doing all this here. This is what's causing your problem. The abuse you had put on your body at 35. But here's the thing from John Hopkins, real quick, and they was talking about men at 35. How common is ED in men that are 30? In a 2004 study, and this is what they did. They did a quick study, real quick. They studied over 270,000 men. They found 11% of the men in their 30s had ED. They had 11% of men. That means about 1 in 4 men under the age of 40 was found to have a form of ED. And that's why I say when they say a form of ED is what they mean by, look, yeah, you 35. When you was 20 something, you had all that testosterone in you. Testosterone starts leaving your body when you leave your 20s, you have lost, once you hit your 30s, you done lost about 40% of your body naturally pumps out testosterone. That's why a lot of times when guys are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s to build muscle, to get bigger, That's why John Hopkins was saying what they're saying. When you get to a certain age, because of the testosterone in your body, you don't see the quick results that you might see at a brother that's in his teens or 20s. When you get in your 30s, it's going to be harder. So you start popping all this. But this is the reason why ED. And when they say a form, what they mean by it is that when you was in your 20s, you may have been able to give a woman 25 minutes, 25, because we ain't finna get like some of these ignorant dudes out here talking about 1 hour, 3 hours, all that. I'm going by medical. You able to have sex for about 25 minutes. When you were in your 20s, you was able to give a woman they say by the time when these men, 11% of men, they went from like 25 minutes sexually, sexual intercourse to pleasure, this, that, and another, went all the way down to about 7 minutes at 35 years of age. Still gets hard, still able to do it, but after 7 minutes, he through. It's all over. And it's not because you done lost it or you don't know what to do. Testosterone, you are suffering from ED. And a lot of times you want, like I said, when we get to the second part, you want to talk about the woman ain't freaking enough, she ain't done. No, it's your body. It's telling you something. That is what it's doing. It's telling you something that you need to pay attention to. But at age 35, about 7 minutes, there you still, and it takes a few more minutes to, if the woman wants a second round, well, you probably got to lay there for about 5 to 6 minutes for the blood flow to come back. But when you was in your 20s, man, you 25 minutes, you through, 2-3 minutes, boom, you back up, you ready to go. When you hit these men, 11% of men that's in their mid-30s, it takes them about 5 minutes or 6 minutes to come back. Okay, let's go do round 2. And sometimes round 2 don't even last the 7 minutes. Sometimes round 2 ain't number 3. So you probably had 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying, total. But this is the truth. This is not somebody knocking women. Like I said, a lot of men are embarrassed. But I'm gonna get to the second part with my sister when she inboxed me with talking about blaming the women. We're gonna get into that also. We're gonna get on that end. But they, like I said, at age 35, 11% of men actually suffer with ED, and one of the number one reasons for that at the age of 35 is the abuse of the body. But also other factors come in. A lot of times, man, when you hit 35 years of age, a lot of people still talking about that 40, 45, 50. Now, when you hit 35, you need to, if you have the health insurance and you got the job, you need to be going, you need to have you a physician and you need to have tests run, because cholesterol, diabetes, all these different things come up in a man's life that you have high blood pressure. We got people in their 30s taking high blood pressure pills. We talking about men, but we got men and women in their 30s taking high blood pressure pills. So we got some men that are in their mid 30s taking high blood pressure has an effect on erections. So a lot of times, man, you need to, when you hit 35, man, I go to the gym. And I got a story for you on that, but I go to the gym. But have you went to a doctor and had a battery test done? No, you don't have to have your prostate checked at 35 years of age. But in about 5 years, when you hit 40, you need to be bending over that table, letting that man check your prostate. In 5 more years, you need to be checking to see what it is. And then as you get older, it goes. Yeah. He said, you got 3 minutes. Show them, Bernie Mac, let it be known. Like he said, he made it in a joke, but he letting you know what time it is. Because a lot of times men, and even though my brother Mike put that in there, and Mike knows this too, a lot of time, Bernie Mac, I'm not saying that's what he would, when Bernie Mac finally went to the doctor to be diagnosed what he had with, hey, a lot of times, man, we don't pay attention to, we don't pay attention to skin, a lot of times we getting a little darker. A lot of times the yellowing of the eyes, the sometimes you out of breath, you don't want to tell nobody, but you out of breath, the over being tired. This is why when you hit 35 years of age, as a man, you need to be letting them folks draw blood. You need to be letting them folks do EKGs. You need to let them check you out and see what's going on with you. because it could be diabetes, it could be high blood pressure. A lot of time, man, it ain't got nothing to do with the woman. It's just that you you might have be having an issue with your body. And that's the reason why your sexual performance is off. You see what I'm saying? So the next group, well, like I said, my group, I think we finna go in. The next one I screenshotted was this one's from JAMA, the Journal of American Medical Association, their magazine, and they was talking about at 40. Like I said, I wrote it at, when I screenshot, I put a thing. You know how you do screenshot, you put it on chat. Is ED common in men that are 40 years old? According to the National Institute of Health, 5% of 40-year-old men and to about 15 to 25% of 65-year-old men have ED. But while ED is more likely to occur as a man gets older, it does come automatically with age. There it is right there. 40 years old, the same thing. It's at 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you the percentage of it. Here it is. Yes, although erectile dysfunction can be prevented in older men, it can strike at any man at any age. Like I told you when we was talking about John Hopkins. Here it is in JAMA. They telling you this. The first part I read. Here's the second part. Read to you again. Yes, although erectile dysfunction can be more prevalent in older men. We're going to get to that age. Like my brother Mike was talking about 61. It can be more prevalent in men of older age. It can strike any man at any age. And I just told you what John Hopkins said, 35 years old. You got some men in their 30s got a problem because how much they have abused their bodies, along with other health conditions and this, that, and another. But like they said, here we go, in age. The Cleveland Clinic reports as many as 40% of the men can experience erectile dysfunction at around 40 years of age. 40. This is now we know who. If you don't know, go look them up. We know who the Cleveland, one of the top hospitals in the nation, the Cleveland Clinic. They, even though it's called it's a hospital, but it's Cleveland Clinic. You know what I'm saying? And they let you know as many as 40% of men, in their 40s, 40% of men in their 40s experience ED. 40%. But they also tell, don't let man, I'm good, I'm 35, it'll clear itself up. No. It won't clear itself up unless you go get help. You see what I'm saying? Because like I told you before, it may not be that, it may be some underlying issue. At 40 years old, 40% at 40% of men, by the time they hit 40, erectile dysfunction is showing up. In other words, like me and Mike was making a joke, my brother Mike put the joke in and this, that, from Burning Back, like we said. Like I told you, when you was 20 years old, you was dropping off 25 minutes. Like he said, Bernie Mac said, I'm 40. In that joke, I think Bernie Mac said, I'm 42 years old. 3 minutes, baby. And I told you, even though Bernie Mac, we don't know, Bernie Mac actually went to and did some research before he did the joke. Because I told you, by the time you reach 35 years of age, it's 7 minutes. And it's going to take you 5 minutes by medical professionals now, not by me. You can go look this up online. You go read. You can go to your doctor. You can go to urologists. They'll probably tell you the same thing I'm reading to you. By the time you, like I said, you went from 25 minutes. Here you is 35 years old. You at 7 minutes. And it's going to take about 5 to 6 minutes for the blood flow to regurgitate itself to come back up so you get hard again. And at that time, you ain't doing no more than about 3 minutes. And you are 35 years old. And like I said, Bernie Mac made the joke when he was talking about he was in his 40s. 3 minutes. That's all I got. And a lot of times it's underlying health issues. And that's another thing as men, like I said, when you hit 35, you need to be going to the doctor getting yourself checked, man. You need to be going to the doctor, getting yourself checked, blood test, like I said, EKG, see how the heart is working, see if you're diabetic, because you could be pre-diabetic. And that is one of the reasons why the blood flow is off. That's a reason why the erection is off. You could have high blood pressure. Your blood pressure could be high. You could have cholesterol. All these different things come into play with sexual pleasure. It does. So a lot of times, man, it ain't like we said, I'm gonna get into it ain't the woman. It ain't that the woman ain't freaky enough. It ain't that the woman ain't got the body or this, that, and another. Like I said, man, we see a fine gal out on the street, shit go straight like this. Sometimes it happens. You are right. Woo, look at that. Bye. You see, but a lot of times as men, we don't notice that. We don't pay that any attention. But a lot of times that's what I'm saying when it go, here's one. I didn't do this one, but I caught it. So that's why I went to the thing here. Why can't I stay hard at 27? What causes ED in your 20s? There's no single cause for ED or erectile dysfunction. Instead, erection issues can be caused by a range of different factors, from physical ones like cardiovascular health issues, psychological ones like a performance, anxiety, depression, all these different things. He said at 20. And here's another one, even an overdose of pornography. Now that one is still up under, that one there is up under John Hopkins. Porn, like I told you before, a lot of time it's me and we, a lot of time, yeah, man, we want her to be a porn star, because that's all we watch. In other words, man, when your mind is just strictly on porn, you have desensitized yourself to the pleasure and the beauty of the woman's form in the presence. That's why a lot, just like John Hop told you, and pornography, that's what it is. Because see, your body has desensitized it so much. So when you look at porn, unless I'll put it like this, unless you looking at porn or something like that, your woman can stand butt naked in front of you. It's gonna take you a minute to get aroused. But if you turn on a porn flick, within 5 seconds, you up. Why? Because you have desensitized yourself to the physical form, the beauty, the body of the woman presently in your presence. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they mean by that when they say pornography, or overdose of pornography. Because what you have left, you are leaving reality and you going into virtual shit, just videos. You ain't even in the real shit. To be able to touch on a woman's behind, to touch her breast, that don't even fuck with you. Your mind is so programmed to just visually, not even touch it, just seeing it. But when it's in your presence, that's why you can't touch. That's why a lot of times in relationships, one of the things being found out when you're having problems in the marriage, and even like we're talking now, sexual issues and this, that, another, it's because you watching too much porn. Your gal could walk through the house, got nothing but a t-shirt on, and that's it. It don't even fuck with you. Because you want to know why? It's not on a screen. That's what it is. It's not on a screen. Your woman could walk past you. For some men, your woman could have a t-shirt on, walk completely through the house. It don't even affect you. You won't even look up. It doesn't even bother you. You have to fit. When somebody has an overdose on porn, what it is, they got to see a woman. I'm just gonna say this, just like I said in reality. For you to get aroused, you have to see a woman on video wearing a t-shirt with nothing up under it. Literally. And that's what they mean by you have it's the pro. That's why this is the strongest muscle on your body. It affects a lot of things. And if you let this get out of whack, your whole life is out of whack, man. That's why y'all always see me on my. I'm like this. You got to make sure this is tight. You got to make sure this is tight up here right now. So we're gonna go on to the other one, but like I said, because I want to get to that other part. And like I said, with that one, that was at age 27. Now at age 27, I forgot the other part. At age 27, men that are like 20, I'm gonna say they said 27, but I'm gonna say 25 to 27. That's only 3% of those men are dealing with that. But we know why that is. Like I said, it could be the abuse of the body. See, a lot of us men, when we were young, we thought gin and vodka and all that shit help a nigga to keep going. It was fucking you up. It wasn't pleasing to the one. Like I said, drunk sex ain't the. I'm just telling you. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand it, because if it's cold outside, that's why they tell you don't fuck with liquor when it's cold outside. You may think you warm, you're not warm. It's the same way with sex. Just because you think you done drunk a half a pound of liquor and this some vodka or some gin, your shit finna be rock hard. No, it's not, sir. You done thin your blood out. You done fucked up the blood flow because of the alcohol. I'm just telling you what they tell you. You don't have to do what, man. I know it's okay. Ask the woman. Your woman ain't your woman. If drunk sex, if that gin and all that is, you feel like you really did something to the woman, go ask your woman, baby, when I was fucked up that night, what was the sex like? And if she be totally honest with you, be able to take what she gonna tell you. Be able to take what she gonna tell you, because unless she was just totally fucked up, if she was sober and you were full of that gin, full of that vodka and this stuff, and if she able to tell you the truth, she gonna let you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna find out the truth behind that. Now the next one, like I said, they was talking about that one. The next one is we going into now. Like I said, we done covered 40. We done covered the age of 40. Now we get into the age of 50. And about a quarter of men said that erection problems started between age 50 and 59. And 40% said they started between 60 and 69, having chronic diseases and other risk factors with respect to ED too. And that's what I keep telling dudes. Now that's between 50, like my brother Mike was saying here, 60. You'll find out when you hit 61. Now, a lot of times it actually happening, but as you get older, if you ain't paying attention to it, it starts about 50. You're still there. You got some forms of it. But when you hit 50, between 50 and 50, in other words, in 10 years, from 50 to 60, here we go. You got a problem. And a lot of times, man, it's health issues. Like they said, I'm going to get to this one right here. Let me do this real quick. I want to make sure I get everything. This study noted a strong link between the age and erectile dysfunction. Specifically, less than 2% of men who reported erectile problems said they first started before they were about 40 years old. Like I told you, there go now with this one. This is WebMD. Here we go with another one that told you. Here I told you, 35. There it is. Before 40 years old, here is your shit ain't working in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? Your stuff ain't even working in the 30s. But again, like I said, at 40 years old, there were 40-year-old, and about 4% said they first started between 40 and 49 years old. But looking at 50 years of age and beyond, that was the sharpest increase. About a quarter of men said that the erectile dysfunction or erectile problem started between ages of 50 and 59, and 40% said it started at 60, 69. Having chronic diseases and other risk factors matter with respect to ED. Two, they saying two. In the study, the researchers looked at chronic diseases, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, stroke, cancer, other than prostate cancer, because cancer period is also part of that. They also noted other following risk factors: taking too many antidepressants. If like I told you before, man, if you got mental health issues, I understand that a lot of people with mental health issues, when they take antidepressants and stuff for depression, that's another problem with men. ED come up. It's something that you're gonna have to deal with. Sometimes you can talk to a radiologist, you can talk to your therapist and counselor or psychiatrist, see if you can get those reduced to maybe to bring the pleasure back. But that's one part of it. Having more than 2 alcohol drinks per day. Like I told y'all, here it is. Like I said, this is way up in deep. They tell you, doctors are telling you. Just like I told you, niggas just think they drinking them fifths and drinking them half pints and they tearing their ass up. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's hard but fair. That's what my brother might say, hard but fair. Then the next one is smoking cigarettes, being overweight or obese, having a BMI of 25 or above, exercising frequently less than 21 metabolic per week. In other words, you sitting on your ass. Oh, you think you straight, you think you country strong, man. You ain't walking, you ain't doing no lifting weights, you ain't doing no pull-ups, you ain't doing nothing. What's happening is you're not forcing your body to do, to build or to try to build to form up testosterone. So you need to work out a little bit more. Another one they was talking about, you know what I'm saying, watching TV more than 8.5 per week. That goes back to this when I told you up here. When your ass sitting in front of that boob tube, you watching all this TV, you watching all these shows, because you just, like I said, you into Power, you into what is that, Snowfall, all that. Your mind is all on that TV, and you stay inside that TV, and especially young dudes, because here's the situation. It's just like these young dudes, like some of you dudes, y'all in y'all 20s and y'all 30s, and y'all doing these video games. Yeah, again, a dude could be sitting in front of the TV playing a fucking video game. His gal can walk past in a fucking t-shirt. His head won't even look. He is so immersed into that game. He don't even see that nice woman walking past him. And that's what they was talking about, looking at TV, being involved, playing games, watching TV. They found that men with none of these diseases or risk factor had the lowest rate of erectile dysfunction at all ages. And I'm like I said, I'm starting by group 30, 40, 50 years old. In other words, man, I'm gonna tell you, just like he said with D-River, if you keeping yourself in shape, you're going to the doctor, you keeping yourself physically healthy. And like I said, that last one, you're stimulating this up here. You building this, you getting information, you learning and this, that, another, different things. You building this, you lifting weights with this. Oh yeah, they just told you. Men that at any age. That's why you got some men in their late 50s to 60, even up to almost 70. Like they said, when it hits a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. It may be time for Cialis. It may be time for Viagra. But when you got men out here that are vibrant, and I'm gonna tell you this way, and this is just my opinion. Reading what I am reading in this to you, a lot of time when you see black men, and especially us black men, you see these vibrant black men. You don't see that. You don't see, like I said, you don't see that yellow beard. You kind of see the muscle tone on those dudes. Yeah, they taking care of themselves. So erectile dysfunction is not a main, like they just told, at any age. It ain't you got men that still running, they doing things, and this, that, another, 60-some years old. They in shape, still working. May not be able to get 25 minutes no more, but it's still working. When that woman walk past with that t-shirt on, and then, ooh, come here, Dad. He might be 53. He might be 55. He might be like my brother Mike. He might be 61, and he ready to go because he keeps himself in shape. He's checking with his doctor. He's not abusing his body, or he hasn't in his 20s, his 30s, his 40s, his 50s. He hasn't abused his body. His not like, because I like this one here. That's why I'm reading so much of it from it. Their findings are in line with the results from other leading studies looking at the age, sexual function in men. Take the Massachusetts male aging study, for example. This is one of the first large studies to look at the link between age and erectile dysfunction. For this study, researchers interviewed 1,000 men aged 40 to 70 for 9 years between the late 1980s and the mid 90s. So, in other words, for about 10 years, they worked with these men. They had them apart in a study. Had them apart, and so the results showed a strong link between worsening sexual function, advanced age, along with a drop in how often men are having sex and how many monthly erections were recorded as they got older. Later in 2007, study investigating the sexual habits of about 1,000, well, just that 1,500 men, along with 1,500 women, also found that erectile problems are more common in older men compared to younger men. And it's backed up with strong links to mentioned earlier between being in good health and having a lower rates of sexual problems and higher rates of sexual satisfaction. Intensely, much more in men than in women. The most common reason for sexual inactivity in the men and women survey was poor health of the male partner. So, in other words, brothers, like I say, like I said, I use me. Like I said, you can see it on the video. Some people don't saw me. Like I said, I ain't have no problem. I'm not saying when I get up in age, I'm not gonna have any problem. But like they telling you that, when you got men that are still, I go to the doctor, I get myself checked out. I do a little work. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just sitting in front of a motherfucking TV watching all day. I got a book in my hand, or I got something in Google that just like I'm doing it, I'm reading something. I'm stimulating this up here. I'm working this. I ain't looking at porn. I'm looking at the women in reality, cool. Like I told you today at lunchtime and this, that, another. I ain't on there. Yeah, I see it on TikTok. I see it in my thing. But when I see that, I don't really click on the gal and watch her shake her ass. I just really now have I on Instagram. So yeah, let me see what this motherfucker doing. But I ain't sitting up there all day long clicking on that because I got it out here in the real world, cool. I ain't got to sit up and look at TikTok all day. I ain't got time to be looking at no motherfucking porn site all day. I got it out here in the real world, cool. Like I told you before, man, you can't tell me you ain't seen Black China man working in the store somewhere. You can't tell me you ain't seen Black China at the hospital as an RN or a school teacher. You can't tell me you ain't seen that now. So, like I said, it's out here in reality. So I don't have to go into fantasy land. I don't have to sit up and watch women on TikTok twerk all day. I don't, because I got it right out here in the real world. So I got it in reality. You know what I'm saying? But once you keep your health up, you know what I'm saying? Let me go on, and I'm gonna go on to the next one because I want to hit that second part the brother, the sister was asking me about in the events. Like she said, but the most common reason is, in poor health in the male part of those 57 to 85 years old who say they were in intimate relations but were sexually inactive. 55% of the men and 64% of the women reported poor health of the male partner as the main reason why there was sexual inactivity. Another study in 2017 looked at the data collected from 2,200 men surveyed in 2001 and 2002 by the U.S. National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, HINES. That's what it's called. If you want to look at it, it's called HINES. It's spelled NHANES, HINES. And just don't leave the N off. That's what it's called. It's called HINES. I'll spell it to you again if you want to see that survey. N is spelled NHANES. That's how it's spelled. Published figures are specifically about erectile dysfunction. The findings mirrored the trend since in the studies that 5% of men 20 to 39 years of age, 20 to 39 years of age. And the number, what I want you to hear me say is 20 to 39 years of age experience erectile dysfunction. compared to 70% of men above the age of 70. Now, a lot of people say, well, they're probably, like I said, you 20 years old. You popping pills. You drinking liquor. You smoking blunts. You're smoking cigarettes. You're getting high. You're playing video games all day. You 20. By the time you hit 39, you never mature. Some of you motherfuckers in your 30s got the brand new PlayStations and a new Xbox, everything. You still playing 2K. But you wonder why when it's time to perform in the bedroom, you've been watching porn, you've been watching the gas shake her ass, and you in that 5%. That's why you in that 5%. This is just what they tell you. And of course, we know when you hit above the age of 70, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Above the age of 70, we know that's what that is. Again, a strong link were seen between erectile dysfunction and poor health. Almost 90% of men with erectile dysfunction had a cardiovascular disease, at least one major risk factor for it, or example, high blood pressure. I mentioned to y'all about cholesterol, high cholesterol, cigarette smoking, or diabetes. And they were much less likely to be physically active too. In other words, yeah, you smoking cigarettes, but if you smoking cigarettes, you smoking weed, you all these together, and plus you still sitting on your ass. You ain't walking, you ain't running, you ain't jogging. You really gonna have some dysfunction. If you is doing something, you still gonna have that way. Like I told you, it was something that I was gonna let. Like I said, I was talking to my doc when he was telling me about a dude that he thought for sure. This dude here was, like he said, he run the 5K, St. Jude and this, that, and other. He running the 5Ks. He done did major marathon. But he couldn't understand. I'm not gaining in the weight. I'm drinking these protein shakes. I'm doing this, that, and another. And when he came in, he couldn't keep weight on. You know, a little diarrhea, man. I'm a runner, you know, I'm in shape, you know, I'm doing all that. But you never really came and checked with your doctors and said, when they ran tests, he had stomach cancer, stage 3. He let me know. He said, don't get it twisted because you see these dudes out here pumping that. My doctor was telling me, because you see these dudes pumping his eye, they this, that, and another. If most of those dudes would come out there, he said it. I'm telling you, and here's another person. You can look him up. This is my personal physician. His name is Christopher Jackson. You can find him. He works at the Medplex. That's where my primary care physician is. He's at the Medplex. That's his other mind showing. He's a black doctor, this, that, and another. You can look him up online. You'll see what he does, you know, and this, that, and another. His name is Christopher Jackson, a young black brother. And he was telling me, yeah, dudes out here, they can pump iron, they can lift weights, they can run, they can do all. He said, hey, if I had half of those men to come out that gym and let me run my battery test, something wrong with them. They got muscles. He said they got muscles coming out their neck. Something wrong with high cholesterol, high pre-diabetes, all this here. Because that's what he was telling me that story about, dude. He said, never get to the place as you get older, have your body checked. Have certain things looked at. Check out, like I said, some men, hey, check out your performance in the bedroom. If your performance is off and you want to talk to your dad about it, you can. But what you need to do is go see a urologist. Let's find out what's going on. Let's go to before you go to a urologist, let's go to your primary care physician. And even if you don't have one, man, we have clinics here. Hey, man, it don't cost nothing to you. You know, it don't cost nothing. You got Christian Community Health Center here in Memphis. You got Memphis Health Center here that's on Peabody and this, that, and other. Go get yourself checked, man, because you never know. See, you think you sexy. You think you got the pick. You think you got the he tell you, have you ever had your prostate checked? You been the fuck over that table. Them 2 fingers go over there. Oh, man, something wrong here. Wait a minute, man. I lift weights. I run down because there's something wrong here. We need to check your prostate. Other forms of cancer, colon, all these different things. Things come up, you know. What about, yeah, baby? Well, with seizures, yeah, the strokes, like she said, seizures. Strokes is, you know what I'm saying? If you strokes, a lot of that has to do with it. Whatever the medical condition is, you need to find out. And if seizures is one of your problems, but you also know you have seizures, but you still, just because you don't have seizures all the time, you know what I'm saying? You in the bed on use my I love putting that tan put in. What about seizures? Okay, well, you know, go to the doctor and check. Because you know what time it is, man. You know what it is. You know, you so involved in sex, you don't know how long time, but you know, man, you only been in that about maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and you know it took you 3 to 6 minutes to come back. You know, keep it real, man. Be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself, man. Don't get in your feelings, man. Go get it checked, man. Because like I told you before now, while you sitting around here, like my brother Mike was saying, brothers that are 61, they still in here. But these brothers, as you get older, yeah, Viagra and Cialis is out here, babe. Cialis is the most expensive right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you take one pill, you good to go for 3 days. You take Viagra, you good for 6 to 12 hours. But it still works for some, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, man, it is what it is. Like I said, man, you go on that cruise, man. You got to make sure you straight, because sexual pleasure is sexual satisfaction is a part of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It is. It sometimes sexual dissatisfaction can cause a problem in a relationship or cause a marriage or a relationship to end. And like I said, going into what my sister was saying, blaming the men blaming the women and this, that, and another. Look, it's sometimes, yeah, man, sometimes we can tell that, baby, take the bonnet off your head, baby. Take the bonnet off your head sometimes. Take that shit off your head. Stop looking so frumpy all the time. Kind of dress yourself up a little bit there, baby. Kind of do that, man. You know what I'm saying? It is, like I said, walk through the, you know, sometime, baby, we at the house. You just walk around with just a t-shirt. Bring it out, baby. Help a brother out along the way. You know what I'm saying? That does have a play in. But with this, a lot of times that's a mask for a lot of brothers. That's a mask for a lot of brothers. You need to get to the doctors, brothers. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to the doctors. You need to go get yourself checked, because like I said, and especially in African American males, hypertension is the number 2 killer. The number 2 killer amongst, you can go look this up. The number 2 killer amongst African American male men. I'm gonna tell you that's what the number 2 killer is: hypertension. We stressed out. We there. This, that, and that. Now, number 1 is HIV. You know what I'm saying? But then you get into your different cancers: colon, you get into prostate, you get into stomach, you get into all these different cancers. And it goes on down the line, especially for black men. Because a lot of time we're not taking care of ourselves, man. And and like I tell brothers all the time, it ain't always pushing 300 pounds and 350 off your chest. That ain't in shape, man. That's not in shape. It's your heart, it's your blood running through your heart. If it's circulating through the heart, is it going to the mind? Is it coming out the mind, going down to the lower extremities? You see what I'm saying? You can pump iron like a mother, but like I said, that was the joke about bodybuilders. Yeah, you got all these goddamn muscles, but again, we know steroids shrink. Yeah, I want muscle. And then when the pants come down, the gal like, that's it. Yeah, because steroids have sunk it. Yeah, you like this here, but shit. Keeping it real, man. So health is important. Eating right. You know, a lot of us, man, yeah, we like our Popeye's chicken, man, you know, and if we still got Big Mama and them around when Thanksgiving come by, man, we throwing out them greens, chitlins and all that. But hey, man, as you get older, when you hit them 30s, You got to start eating a little bit better, man. You got to start drinking that water. You got to start, if you ain't running, you got to start walking. You got to keep that blood flow going. And here's another thing, man. When I say go check it out, it is what it is. You heard me read it. This doesn't. It can be reversed. It can be cured. But as you get older, certain things happen, man. And there's nothing wrong if you got to take some Cialis, man. It's nothing wrong if you got to take some Viagra. What's up, Mike? Like my brother said, that's the truth. It ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Because they say it's gonna happen. You know, you ain't gonna stay hard at 92. You ain't finna be rock hard at 85. It is what it is, y'all. But at least in your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s, man, where you still in the prime of your life and everything, you know, still in the prime, man. Hey, man, look, if you have to, you have to. And if you talk about your woman, look, you ain't got to wait for your woman to bring her. You know what's there. Baby, look, hey, look, I'm finna go get myself checked. But that ain't taking away from your man because how you know the woman ain't checked. See, that's what she talk about in these groups. Dudes want to bring that because like one of my brothers, Rocket Steele, he was saying, well, man, I'm not gonna take it from the man. Sometimes it might be the reason why the man ain't being aroused and this other is because of the woman. Well, okay, I understand what he's saying about that, but that ain't always, you know, that's not going to be the best. Again, when we talk about percentages, that ain't going to be a big percentage. Because I'm telling you, sometimes, man, it is what the fuck it is. Man, sometimes I'm tired. Could be that you tired, but you trying to keep a secret, man. It ain't really getting up like it used to. And sometimes, man, if you got to go to the doctor and you find out you got high blood pressure medication and Viagra can go together. It can go with Cialis. It can. Go do your research. You can have high blood pressure and you could be swallowing Viagra or Cialis. And it's going, yeah. And still, you going strong. It is what it is. But you can't be in bed. You can't keep blaming the woman because here's what's gonna happen when you like my sister was asking, when you say you blaming the woman, you keep putting the woman out there and this, that, and another. Well, how many women you gonna have to go through, bro? You mean to tell me ain't no woman that you fucking with is very sensual about herself? You know, I'm just being silly that. Man, you mean every woman you come around, you don't smell that Victoria's Secret? You ain't seen that negligee? I mean, is that what you trying to make? Like I tell my sister, is that what you want me to believe? You might have a problem, bro. And you ain't got to broadcast it. You don't. You don't have to broadcast it. I forget the doctor's name, and the next time I get him in this, that, another, he comes on early in the morning on WDIA. I think it's like, I know y'all ain't going to be up that early in the morning, this, that, another. I don't know how I can get it. I might have to do an email to them and let them know what I want to do if I can record the show. And I'm gonna get that dude. It's a urologist right here. He has offices in North Memphis. He got him in Germantown and South Haven. You know what I'm saying? So you go get yourself checked out, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. If it's important, if sex is important to you in your life, in other words, put it like this here. I hate to say it this way. A lot of time when you hear men talking shit about women ain't shit, women ain't this, another little small, like I said, them lanes, a lot of times those brothers right there, man, they got issues and problems. Their shit ain't working like it used to. That's what it is. So rather than you to face yourself, you want to downgrade the woman. You want to make her feel bad. But really, it ain't working. Because while you trying to find a bullshit way for not swallowing the pill or going to get yourself checked, getting that high blood pressure down, bringing that cholesterol down, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, getting your blood flow back up, doing a little workout and this stuff. Because hell, like Planet Fitness ain't number $10 a month. And if you don't want to do Planet Fitness, some of y'all got backyards. All you got to do, run by Walmart and get you a weight set. Some of us go up here to Hallis Stadium, go behind the precinct right there on map around and Mendenhall, go right back there. This track back there. You can go run that track. Some of you go shoot hoop. I mean, keep yourself vibrant. Even though you a 40-plus-year-old man, you a 50-plus-year-old, you a 60-plus-year-old man. Now, like I said, I don't know how he did it, but I ain't saying he had, I don't know nothing about that. But our mayor, like I said, our beloved mayor, Willie Harrington, had a newborn son that I think he was in his early 60s. So still getting it in somehow. He's still getting it in somehow. Maybe he's in shape. I don't know. But again, we can't get to the places, man, as we get older, man, we supposed to grow, we supposed to mature, and things are going to happen, just like it's going to happen to ladies. Menopause sits in. It comes. You got vaginal dryness. You got all ladies is the same with you. It ain't that the man can't get you wet no more. You dry. You need to go over here and go to an OB and find out what the fuck going on. If sex is painful, it ain't because the dick got 14 inches. You are dry. You need to go to your OB and see what's going on. We help, like you said, but like they said in the study, us men, I just mentioned, for balance. But to truthfully be told, like they said, 57% of these married couples, people, and what's up, Ricky Moore? Most of these people that are in these marriages and this, that, and another, yeah, it's the male party that's out of shape, and it ain't coming up no more. But he don't want to. He don't want to take it. His vision is blurry. He done had his dizzy moments. He's like I told you, man, it's just hot in Memphis now because you sweating too goddamn much. You need to get over there to that doctor. It ain't that you 400 pounds and all because you man, that's just me, man. I just naturally said, no, man, you need to get your ass over there to that doctor. Your shirt is drenched. It's hot in Memphis. Man, fuck it. I ain't going. What you scared of? And a lot of us, man, we got to be scared of the field. And I'm gonna talk about one of my partners. I used to be an investigator. I know his wife is not gonna mind because here it is. Me and him used to work together. Lionel Jones. Me and Lionel worked together as investigators with the Memphis Housing Authority. Lionel at that time was a firefighter, but when he left here, he was a lieutenant with the Memphis Fire Department, and his station there, he was stationed there, was right by my store, and this, that, another. So me and Lionel been knowing each other. We went through the academy together. Lionel was also worked for the Memphis Fire Department, but he was also a fire investigator, arson investigator with the fire department and this, that, another. You know what I'm saying? Me and him went through the academy, MPD academy together. We graduated together. You know what I'm saying? So me and Lionel be cool, and I know his wife ain't gonna mind. She know me, So if this video goes out there and she see it, she know how close me and her husband was. But like I said, my brother Lionel, like he said, man, I didn't know what was going on. And I saw Lionel. Lionel was a thick dude. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you, I showed y'all some of my old pictures when I was down in Tunica County. Nigga, arms like this here and this, that, another. Lionel was the same way, big dude. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw Lionel had lost weight, and he let me know what was going on. We was talking about it. He said, yeah, man, I just got back here to the job. I'm getting myself together to retire and this, that, and that. Come to find out, there go my boy Ricky. Ricky know who I'm talking about. Lionel, me and Ricky, all of us work together as investigators for the Housing Authority. And Lionel, man, he was, he next thing you know, he said he went to the doctor. Just like that story I told you, he said he went to his doctor. He didn't know what was going on. He was losing weight. He as a firefighter, he pumping out, but he just same situation. Got there, stage 4. He finna leave him. And the next thing I know, in a couple of months, his wife put it out there, and this, that, another. Died. He was at stage. Went to the doctor because he made a joke about it because he was keeping his spirits up when me and him was talking that day at the firehouse and this, that, and that. He asked the doctor. He said, "Man, what happened to 1, 2, and 3?" I said, "Man, you said I'm at 4. I'm what you talking about? I'm back at work. What happened to 1, 2, and 3?" He told him what time it was. And I'm not gonna say that happened to Lionel, but that's what I'm saying with brother. Man, we got to go get ourselves checked, man. We do. As we get older, we got to get that checked. When them knees, some people gonna laugh. When them knees start hurting, when them backs start hurting, when we got a stomach start rolling, man, we need to go get out. And I'm talking about 30 something. You need to go get yourself checked, man. That like I said, pre-diabetes, here it is. Hey, pre-diabetes, this, that, another. Yeah, high blood pressure, hypertension, strokes. My sister came in, Tan came in, was talking about talking about seizures and this, that, and that. Yeah, it happens. You know what I'm saying? And it does. It's a part, it's actually there. So one of the things that we need to, what you said, Ricky, us as black men to get regular. Yeah, that's true. Black men, we do. Because the number one reason why, and I like what Ricky put in there, us black, you know why us black men need to do that? Man, we under a hell of a lot of pressure. We are, man, we under a hell of a lot of pressure. Man, we got kids to take care of. We got women to satisfy. We got family members. We taking on all this. We taking on all these things in life, and that's why we turn around. We say, hey, you need to learn how to cut people off. Don't be their happiness. You know, you can't make everybody happy. Slow the fuck down. Pull back. You got your sister you're trying to take care of. You got your brother you're trying to take care of. Your mama over here. The old daddy back here. Big mamas. All these. We got to have a lot of pressure on. Then we the black male. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only going to speak for me. I ain't going to speak for my boy. Because three of my boys over here, Ricky Moore and two of my boys, Ricky Moore and Mike Williams on here, with our background, I'm only going to speak for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at one point in time, I was toting that badge. Had the blue lights and every motherfucking thing. You know, had Station B, I'm gonna fuck with Mike, had Station B and every motherfucker thing. MPD 1, MPD 2, MHA 1. I had all that shit on the radio. You know, I'm just fucking around. But I'm still a black man in America. I still, like I told you that story about me and my boy Lewis Hamlin, when we was working as sheriff's deputies in Tunica County. That state trooper, we knew the state trooper, they got behind us. But when them blue lights came on and whoop, whoop, motherfucker, I got the Glock. I got my star hanging around my neck. Hamlin got his on his hip and his pistol. What the fuck we black men in America, baby. We black men in America, baby. Well, I'm just keeping it 100. We blue lights are coming on, and we the folk. We black men in America. I grabbed that motherfucker steering wheel, and even Hamlet did it. If Hamlet see this, he on Jay. I ain't lying. Hamlet reached out and put his hands on the dashboard. We black men, but we got stars and pistols on our motherfucker. We going down there for in-service. We going to in-service training. And the state trooper knew us. We knew it was E10. It was I forget his name, but he was E10. You know what I'm saying? Because he out of E-Troop in Mississippi, the shit that covers this, I think from DeSoto County all the way down, I think to Tacoma County. I forget. I think it go down. I think it's that's about it. Because it's from DeSoto County all the way down through Tacoma, all that old shit. That's E-Troop. That's E-Troop. State troopers with the state of Mississippi. Shit, when them blue lights came on behind me, motherfucker, I'm a black man in the back, so I got a lot of stress on me. It's still today, man. I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm an older gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting out in my 50s here. Yeah, white women still grab their purse. They still grab their motherfucking purse, and here I am with a gray beard with just a little black in it. But they still grab their motherfucking purse. I done walk past condos. It ain't no coincidence. My car is right there. As soon as I walk through there, doop doop, you hear the car lock up. Oh, I know why you did that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You been sitting down here in this parlor with the unlock, but all of a sudden when you see me come down the side of the car and get in my car, doop doop. still a black man in America. So we got a lot of stress on us, man. And that's why it's important for us to do our mental health. And just like I said again, especially with us as black men, another thing we need to do, just like you heard them say, when it comes to TV and all that, man, it's cool to watch a couple of shows. Like I talk shit about Pittsburgh and Dallas, and we all check each other, this, that, and that. Brothers, pick up a book. Pick up a book. Stimulate this, man. Get this to rolling, man. What am I gonna read, Robbie? It don't matter. Man, pick up a book on Greek philosophy. Just start reading it. Just get into it. Man, if you love gardening, pick up a book on gardening and just sit there and read it. Make the mind move. Make your mind try to figure out what this word is. Make your mind move, try to make you pronounce this word. How, make you go look up something. Get off of fantasy, man. Tell you a vision programming. Go look that up. That ain't conspiracy. You ain't finna see. You ain't finna see no conspiracy theory. You ain't finna see Rokuka Furuka. You ain't finna see that. Just go look that up. Tell you a vision programming. That's what television was. In other words, I want you to believe something. I'm going to tell you something that I want you to sear in your mind so you can go and do, so we can program you to help us make money. That's why they said that in JAMA on that study. You watching 8.5 hours or more of television. All you filling your mind with is nothing. If you're going to watch some TV, man, check like I told you before, sometimes have a nerd moment, man. See what National Geographic talking about. See what PBS is talking about. Turn on NPR. See what NPR is talking about. Type a name in on NPR and see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Stimulate your mind. And a lot of times, man, when you're able to stimulate your mind, that woman over there becomes more sensual, because you ain't always got some sort of bullshit ass conversation. This, they told you in the study, it's connected. Just like they told porn. Gentlemen, get up out of porn. You do not have to, man, stop sweating porn, man. All this threesome shit that you see on TV, and the girl got a little toe in her ear and all that old kind of shit. Man, come the fuck up off porn. Like I told you before, I'm just an old school. I was raised by old school dudes. Man, every woman out here got freak in them. It just depends on the man if the freak will come out. There are some women that want their man sexually every night. It is what it is. Why? Because that man has brought it out of not sticking it in them. This stimulating conversation, man, something to talk about, something to put on the woman's mind. You see what I'm saying? But you wonder why you always got the drama, because it's the same tired ass conversation. It's nothing going on. And like I said, your woman ain't sending nothing in your inbox to have you thinking about. Look at this dude. Look, this what they said on CNN. In other words, your woman, when y'all have those type of conversation, like I said, man, she wants sex, and all the fuck y'all talking about is an event that went on, and she hearing her man give it, speak to it, and this, that. That's what's sexy, cool. Not about slap, not always talking about, no, cool, that, no. Don't work that way. That the only time that works for those females that all they really have to offer is what's below the waist. They need a nigga to that's what they need. But those same women that got the nigga doing all that shit, they still complain about the nigga ain't nothing moving, nothing there. Because what it is, some women, they have allowed their value to leave here and go below the waist. And they wonder why no one of any value that They want that stimulation. They want that. Why ain't they coming? Because, baby, you have reduced your value to below your waist. But just like my sister was saying, how men turn around and put it on the woman. No, 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 no. It ain't on the woman, man. Because how long you gonna keep saying that? This woman left you. Well, man, she wasn't freaking enough. This woman left you because she didn't want to do this position. This woman left you because you wanted to do a threesome. She wasn't about threesomes and all this old kind of shit. Because let me tell you something. There's some dudes out here that got women doing threesomes. Stop. Maybe a health issue with you that you need to go work on. You see what I'm saying? There may be a health issue that you are having that's causing you to have sexual satisfaction problems, ED. And I'm going to tell you, brothers, again, there is nothing wrong with Viagra or Cialis. Because you know what? As long as it, put it like this here, as long as it's there, like I told you, we're going to go to cheaper form. We're going to go to Viagra, the cheaper form. Viagra will sit around, got you 6 to 12 hours. At least with Viagra, you can give her 4 rounds. And one of the things about it, you got to be careful with that now because you might have to go to the doctor. It stay hard for too long. That's one of the drawbacks to it. But at least you can give her 3-4 rounds. So you worried about, well, man, I got to take a pill. She don't give a fuck because she getting her satisfaction and you getting yours too. If you got a little money in your pocket, you got better health insurance, you got Cialis over here. Take 1 pill, you're good for 3 days. Same just like Viagra, but you good for 3 days. So you can have sex Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, baby. Let me rest up Thursday and Friday. We'll start it. I swallow it again. We good for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Just saying. So you don't try to put this on the woman, man. It ain't about the woman, man. Sometimes it's a brother. We need to take care of ourselves. Because like I said, man, it's kind of bad. Look, when you put that suit on, hey, man, yeah, you may be 30-something. You may be 40-something, 50-something. There's a reason why when some men walk in the room at 30, 40, 50 years old, the women in there like this, him. Who that? And some of you brothers look like you've been through puberty hell. You tired, you wore out, your skin, all that, all those things. Oh man, that's been now moisturizing your skin, moisturizing your beard, keeping your hair cut, man, keeping yourself trimmed up a little bit. Like I told you, you ain't got to get into the $100, $200 colognes, man. You got plenty good smelling colognes from $30 all the way up to maybe $90. You gotta go find out. That's feminine, whatever. But a lot of times all you doing and you wonder why, yeah, man, I'm getting plenty, but it don't stay around long. You wonder why some women are stigmatized and your women are exiting the stage. You had her for a minute, now she gone. It is what it is, y'all. Keep it 100, man. And a lot of time, man, we got to be real about this. And brothers, here's another way. Look, these women know what time it is. Like I said, some of these women are in their 40s and 50s too now. They slowing down. We got to keep it 100. But when they do want it, they want it there, man. So you can't blame it on the woman where she 40-something, she 50-something, she ain't freaky enough, and this, that, another. No, your shit ain't working. And you ain't got to look, if you trust enough to have that kind of conversation, hey, I'm not saying that you have to. Like she said, like my sister did that inbox to me, she was asking me, why don't men, I don't, if he wants to talk to you, he'll talk to you. He'll have a come. But man, who you need to talk to is your physician. You need to talk to a urologist. That's who you need to get with. It ain't always hey, baby, look, let me go get myself checked out because I feel funny. You ain't got to tell her, well, baby, I want to at least give you 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I want to try to get it back when I was young. We ain't got to talk like that. Just let your baby know, look, baby, I'm finna check myself. I'm finna go check some. I don't feel comfortable with me. let me go get myself checked here. Let me find out what's going on. And if you trust your woman enough and you got that kind of transparency, you got that kind of vulnerability with your woman that you feel that you can say that you feel is going on with you. In other words, man, your woman gonna give you a thumbs up because at least paying attention to what's going on in y'all bedroom instead of always this goddamn finger pointing. Just like I tell with some women, baby, like I said, to keep it balanced. Ladies, come the fuck about the bonnet, baby. Ain't nobody tell you have makeup on, but baby, there comes a time, baby, you got to walk past your man or your husband, baby. You got to be a little sensual, baby. You have to. Well, he got no. Just like what I'm telling the men, same with you. Take the fucking bonnets off your head. Take them off your damn head. You're a grown woman now. It's kind of good to sit back and watch you walk past. It's kind of Might not touch it right now, but in about okay. You've been watching. That's what it is. We all want to feel desired. Like I said, man, ladies want to feel desired. But if it ain't there, man, it ain't there. It ain't about total T, baby. And boosting and all that old kind of shit. Get your ass to a physician or urologist and find out what's going on. Because ED can be cured 30, 40, 50 years old. Now, when you start getting into the 70s and this, that, and another, that's just God's plan. That's just it. Can ED work on a 70-year-old man? Yes. 80-year-old man? Yes. Is it recommended? Some doctors say no. Because they feel like, hey, it is what it is. You 70. It is what it is. And even then, if you 70 years old and you got a gal that's in her 50s, okay, pop the pill, man. Do what you do if you want to keep her happy. You know what I'm saying? Well, why do a man have to flip? Well, man, understand, if you don't feel like that's something that you got to do, let your shit stay soft, man. Let it stay soft, man. Don't worry about it. If you don't think a woman's sexual satisfaction is something that you need to worry about, man, let your shit stay soft, man. Don't worry about that shit. Don't worry about it. Just keep complaining, whatever. Do what you got to do. Use some fingers, use some toes, whatever, and just don't pull your shit out. Just let it be what it's gonna be. But like I said, all that blaming and shit, man, ain't time for that, man. If you know your shit ain't right, go get yourself checked out. And the last thing I say again to men, and I agree with it. Like I said, I read that one there was from Jammer. And just another. But like he said, porn. Man, look, you don't expect your woman to be a porn star, but she sure in the hell can put on a good show damn near like a porn star. Get the fuck up off, man. Look, put that down. Put that down. Put the porn down. You got real titties, ass, camel toe. Oh, you got this right here. Yeah, I'm just telling you, man. While you wasting time, what's she finna do with that cucumber? Is she finna put what's she finna put that banana? While you wasting your time with that, and like I said, that Victoria, that real smell of it, because you don't smell nothing on screen. But when if it's to the place, man, that Victoria's Secrets don't fuck with you when they walk past you. If nothing but a damn t-shirt on, ain't fuck with the painted toes, this stuff. If that don't affect you, got a problem, bro. It ain't her, it's you. Get up off the porn, guys. Get out here and live a real life, man. Like I said, inactivity. You're not jumping, you're not doing anything. It's called inactivity. You know what I'm saying? So keep it real, fellas. So tonight, like I said, I appreciate that. Like I said, that was my first inbox. Hopefully I get more this year, just like I did last year, because y'all know a lot of times I share my inbox I get. We use them at topics, just like my sister asked me to do this one tonight. So I appreciate her. She's my first DM on a topic. And like I said, if you have a topic you want me to cover, it is what it is. I'm gonna just give an opinion to it. It's not gonna be an expert opinion. It's just me as a man. Like I said, I talked about my sister, Dr. Sherry Holmes. I'm just coming. Y'all come to the man cave and ask for Robert Lee. You holler, hey, Robert Lee. I come out the man cave. What's up, man? You got a question? You know what I'm saying? I come out the man cave and give you my opinion. And you can take it out. And I walk back in with my boy Bruce and the other fellas. We inside the cave. But, you know, if you got a question or a topic you want me to cover, we can talk about it. Because like I said, what we did, I think we need to have more real conversations. I'm not saying nothing else is not. I don't want to knock anybody. But sometimes, man, like I said, man, we got to live in the real world. Just like what I've talked to you about the porn thing. You got a real woman next to you. You don't need porn, man. Every woman got freaking. I'm sorry, bro. Do you have the mental capability to bring that out? I'm just telling you like it is, cool. It don't matter if she is a member of Church of God in Christ or she doing Bible study with her grandmama. Everybody, man, I'm telling you. But you got to bring it out. So you got to develop this up here also, brothers. And that's what I meant by that. You got to develop that. Read some, like I said, Greek philosophy, anything, man. You just get your mind moving. Stop looking at TV as fantasy. A lot of you get so caught up in fantasy. Ain't nothing wrong with playing. And like I tell brothers, ain't nothing wrong with playing games. But at some point in time, man, I didn't ask some brothers this. You know, I asked them, you playing all these motherfucking games, are you in them $20,000 contests? Are you in them 30,000? Man, I'm good in the motherfucker. Well, let me ask you a question. Did you go online and is there a $20,000, $30,000 contest that you can get in online? If you so good at what you do, are you gonna try to make some money with this shit? Are you gonna try to build games? And you know how to do coding, but you know how to sit there and play that motherfucker. That's what I'm saying, man. We in the real world, man. Some things, man, as you grow, that was a little bullshit. Let me put it over here. Let me put that down here. Let me put that down here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So for the night, I hope this helps some people. Like I said, just type it into your phones. Some people have probably already did here on this live and stuff. Type it in your phone. If you want to learn what age is at ED, things that I read to you, go look it up. You'll see JAMA, John Hopkins, Cleveland Clinic, all this. You'll see it. Go get the information. And that stimulates that for some of you brothers. There it is. That's the stimulation. Because the reality is, man, a lot of us going out here on this town, man. I'm telling you, man, when them late 60s hit and them 70s hit, it don't work. It can't done be nothing but Viagra and Cialis. But when you 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 63, up in that age, and you kept yourself healthy, yeah, you good. You straight. But sometimes if it gets to the point that you need a little help, why not? You know what I'm saying? What you said, brother? Thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's do what you got to do to satisfy your woman, man. It is what it is. And like I tell the ladies, don't get too jazzed, baby. Yeah, because I can go, baby. We can have a night about y'all, too. I can let you see. Even though I was reading about the man's thing, we can read about women. Like I told you, ladies, when you get 40, 50, maybe into your 60s, and it ain't because the dude got 13 motherfuckers and you need to get your ass over there to OB. Find out what the fuck going on. Ovarian cancer, that I'm just telling you, you high blood pressure, diabetes, that affects, that just like it affects a man's sex drive and sex organ. Baby, go do your research and read. Diabetes affect the vagina, baby. Cancer affects the vagina, baby. It does. It does. Go over there and talk. Go talk to your OB. Next time you go and get yourself to ask them and see. Yeah, they're gonna tell you, yeah, it does. It does have an effect. So let's stop playing this game. As we get older, let's keep our health up. That's the most important thing. But like I said, for my men, man, if do what you got to do to satisfy the woman and keep yourself happy. Take yourself out of that depression. Yeah, I got to pop a, yeah, I got to eat better for my blood flow. But if it gets to that pace, you got to pop a Viagra or Cialis. Oh man, so what? You better than that 40%. You better than that 11%. You better than that 57%. A motherfucker that's trying to blame the woman and talking about they putting shit in the water. What they told us in the military, they putting saltpeter and all. Man, fuck all that. Cause your shit ain't working. Get over there to your doctor and see if there's any other underlying health issues. Get over there to a urologist and see what's going on. Let's don't play with it. You see what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody tuning in to Robert Lee TV. As you can see, that's the Cash App. If it's anything that you want to leave a brother behind, whether it be 50 cents, $1, whatever the case may be, like I told you, this green screen thing like behind me, no, y'all don't pay for that. This computer, everything, yeah, the stream y'all comes out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm at this second of trying to, my next level, I'm going to take it up to when the money get to flowing, I get other things out, I'm going to take it up to the next level professionally so I can add other things onto it. But that ain't what you doing for. But if this was helpful to you, you know, you can hit me in my Cash App with $1, fish. It don't make no difference to me. If not, just spread the information. And like I said, anything you heard me read, like I told you, just put it in there. At what age do ED affect? And leave it. Just boom, it hit. It's going to show you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Here's the cures. Here's this. Here's that. And it's going to go down the line. Don't be afraid, brothers. Live your best life. And sometimes live your best sexual life. So you and your woman can enjoy y'all sexual life. So you and your wife can enjoy y'all sexual life. Live your best life. Living your best life includes that too. And you, like I told you, just like therapy and counseling, you ain't got to tell everybody. It ain't everybody's business. You ain't got to call your best partner up and say, that's where you're going, that's what you're going to go do. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to announce it. Just go do it. Make yourself better. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I holler at you.